there is no minimum credit score requirement. When I found out about Navy Federal Credit Union and like all of these amazing products that they're offering, I'm like, why am I with Chase? They're not doing like anything for me to where we have Navy Federal. They're doing this, that, and the third for me for cheaper, better, faster, no docs, lower credit score.
If you're looking to get a $50,000 loan with Navy Federal with no docs needed, all right, listen, you most definitely are here for the right video, okay? Just Money-ish, and of course, that's Ishmael to break down to you guys the steps that it takes to go ahead and get approved for this loan.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Ish. Thanks for having me.
How can people even get this loan or get approved for it?
Yeah, so to start off, to be eligible to get a personal loan, obviously you have to be banking with Navy Federal, and to bank with them, you have to have some kind of ties with the military, or as I mentioned in another video we did together, you live with somebody that's, like already banks with Navy Federal Credit Union, then you can start banking with them. And then once you start banking with them, then you're eligible to receive something called a personal loan. And then I would wait on applying immediately, because I know a lot of people, they're always looking out there to get a personal loan. And with the credit unions, these guys tend to be relationship based. So I would definitely build that relationship first for at least about 3 months and then go in for the personal loan.
Wow. Okay, perfect. So you say, okay, so you're saying that once they join Navy Federal, try to, essentially wait until about 3 months that you've essentially built that relationship with them. Now they trust you a little bit. When you say build a relationship, does that mean like you already have a credit card with them or already have like a checking account? How can you like build that the right way?
Yeah, so Navy Federal, what I noticed is they're really huge on the direct deposits. So I would definitely set up a direct deposit with them, because I know for me personally, prior to joining Navy Federal, my main bank was Chase. I was with Chase. I was a really big Chase advocate. But then when I found out about Navy Federal Credit Union and like all of these amazing products that they're offering, I'm like, why am I with Chase? They're not doing like anything for me to where we have Navy Federal. They're doing this, that, and the third for me. For cheaper, better, faster, no docs, lower credit score. Now, I'm not saying I have a low credit score, but I'm saying they're doing it if you have a low credit score.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. But now you hit something right on the head, though. A lot of people, well, for one, Chase has been out for so many years. When I first moved to Chicago, that was the bank that everybody went with. I think at that time it's called Bank One or something like that.
Oh, for real? I didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I don't know if that was a part of Chase or if they got bought out by Chase. This was like back in 2004 or 5. But saying that to say, like you mentioned, everybody typically starts off with one of those, I would say, drive-by banks, where it's the typical bank that you can drive by. And people don't even think, especially if there's no local branch, of like Navy Federal down the street, or like you said, military affiliated things of that sort. People aren't really thinking about that, so they just go with whoever they have their checking account with. And when you start comparing the two, you're saying, oh well, man, I can get so much, going this route. So that's huge. Okay, so now you've built the relationship with them. 3 months have now gone by. What's the next step?
Yeah, the next step is pretty much applying. But before applying, I would make sure that, your income's good. Because, obviously, if you don't have like any income and that kind of sort of stuff coming in, then that can probably not make you eligible to receive the personal loan, because Navy Federal wants to know that. At the same time, they're willing to help you out, but they want to know that, are you able to pay it back? How long have you been with your job? Like, we need to look at this kind of stuff. And yes, they don't do like income verification 9 times out of 10, but they're still requiring that, they want to know like where you work at. They want to know your employer. They want to know your contact information. They just want to get to know a little bit more about you before they just give you anywhere from like $250 to all the way up to like $50,000.
Wow. Okay. And that makes sense. I mean, like any other bank, they have to make sure they know who they're giving the money to. Obviously, there's still a credit union, so there's some relationship, that's built there. To the best of your knowledge, are there any restrictions or any reasons as to why a person would probably get denied?
So they say you don't have to have like there is no minimum credit score requirement, but I found that people that typically have over a 670, then they're more inclined to get into the personal loan. Because I personally had a friend that tried to get approved for the personal loan, but I know for a fact his credit score really wasn't up to par, so he got denied. And he was making good income too, so
yeah,
that can definitely affect it if you're trying to get it for sure.
Wow. Okay. See, there you go. There you guys go. So even though a lot of these companies say that, and really to be honest with you guys, anytime companies say that, they just want people to apply. But at the end of the day, they're not just going to give this money out to just anybody just because you've been with them for a short period of
Right.
time, right? I always tell people these relationships are just like a real life relationship, you know. So whether you're like you're
Yeah.
dating, you know, it's too
Exactly.
early to be after
Exactly.
3 months asking somebody for 50K. You just met them, so that's for
Yeah.
sure. All right, perfect, perfect.
But
Any other?
I know like the minimum loan term is about like 6 months you have to get, and then I believe it goes all the way up to 60. So if you have all that time frame, and I believe there's no
Okay,
prepayment penalties for those that don't know. If you are late on making your payment, then there is obviously going to be a late fee. But I found that the no prepayment penalty was a really good thing that they offered. And like if
awesome.
I'm not mistaken, like they might pull from your TransUnion.
Got you. Okay, that's good to know, guys. Listen, this is why I brought Ishmael on here. Okay, this guy knows his stuff. So again, look out. They may be just pulling from TransUnion. So make sure you guys get that information. If you guys have seen them pull from anywhere else, go ahead and leave that inside the comments as well. And listen, guys, listen. And here's the thing. I'm so glad you're here, Ishmael, because so many people again they always have questions about not just Navy Federal, but just
Mhm.
credit unions in general. And they don't know like what's accurate, what's not accurate, because there's so many YouTubers just talking a lot of stuff that's out here. And but we got to make sure that we get you guys the right information, okay? Because I know a lot of our YouTube members, they're saying, "Hey, I want to do XYZ. I've heard people talk about these types of things, but I don't know how to get approved for, or I haven't dealt with that, personally." And so that's exactly why we bring, people like Ishmael to this channel to to go ahead and just provide some clarity. Any other tips on that, or is that pretty much it for that?
Yeah, one thing is like for those that can't set up a direct deposit, and this is as far as like relationship building first before you
Yeah.
get the product with them. As far as setting a direct deposit up, because I know some people they can't do that. Maybe they don't have a way, shape, or form to set up a direct
Mhm.
deposit. So what I would recommend is just to make a monthly or weekly deposit, so that way Navy Federal sees consistent money coming into the account. So that way they see that and they look at you trying to get a personal loan. Well, hey, this person has, money coming in and he's trying to get a personal loan. And it looks like he's been depositing X amount every week or month. So it looks pretty consistent. And that's what a direct deposit is. A direct deposit is consistency coming in, and it's pretty much your history.
Yeah. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up to Ishmael, because that's huge. A lot of people, just because David Federal has so much hype, people will get the account, they'll just go straight to the credit card, and then they'll just kind of just leave things be. And guys, again, there are so many more perks, there are so many more products that they have if you are doing it the right way. And that's using it like you would a normal bank account. Ishmael talked about how he was using his Chase pretty much, I'm sure, for everything, checking, saving, stuff like that.
Everything.
And
Hmm.
now a lot of people are making that full transition, and has everything over. And when they see that, they're going to be more apt to say, you know what? Not only do we want you, not only will we approve you, we're going to start, actually suggesting that you apply for some of these things because we like how you're doing business with us. So they pay attention to that. So that's key. Thanks again for stopping by the 850 Club Credit.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for having me. Later.